All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're talking about a case that is absolutely blown up on social media, stirring up some really powerful emotions all over the country. I'm talking, of course, about the Zara Qairina bullying case. It is just filled with anger, a ton of speculation, and this real burning desire for justice.
But really, the one question that's fueling this whole online firestorm is this. Is this a cover-up? Right? Are there powerful, influential people, VVIPs as they're being called, shielding the accused teens from any real consequences? That's the huge rumor we're going to unpack today.
And you see comments like this one everywhere online. This is a cover-up. If they weren't rich kids, their names would be everywhere. There's no justice for the normal person. And wow, that really captures the mood, doesn't it? There's this deep suspicion that money and status are twisting the scales of justice. But is that what's really going on? Well, let's try to separate the facts from the fury. Okay, first up, a social media firestorm. We're going to try and separate the facts from the fury. So before we even touch the rumors, let's just establish a baseline. What do we actually know for sure, based on what's official?
So here are the undisputed facts. First, who? We're talking about 5 teenage girls who have been officially charged. The victim, 13-year-old Zara Qairina Mahathir. This all went down or is going down in the Kota Kinabalu Children's Court, and the what is that they're accused of using abusive words that cause distress. So these are the solid, confirmed details. This is the foundation we're working from. And make no mistake, this is not some minor issue. This is a serious legal framework we're looking at. The charge is under Section 507c1 of the Penal Code. It's being heard in a children's court, and the potential penalty? Up to a year in prison or a fine. Bail was set at 5,000 ringgit per person, and we have trial dates set for December 8th to the 19th. So yeah, the wheels of justice are definitely in motion.
All right, Section 2, the lawyer in the spotlight. Who is Datuk Ram Singh? Now, this is where it gets really interesting because a key figure has emerged that kind of helps us understand what might be happening behind the scenes, and that's the defense lawyer, Datuk Ram Singh. Honestly, his involvement is at the very heart of all this VIP speculation. So, who is this guy? Well, for starters, he is not a newcomer. We're talking about 30 years of experience as a senior practicing criminal lawyer. I mean, 30 years! That's 3 decades in Sabah's legal community. This makes him a very senior, very respected, and well-known face in those courtrooms.
And yeah, he is absolutely no stranger to the media spotlight. He's got a history of handling some really high-profile cases. I mean, he argued in a major maid murder case back in 2025, and he was the defense lawyer in the huge, nationally watched Ebit Liu trial in 2024. The point is, he's used to these complex, high-pressure cases. This is his arena.
So the big question is, why would a lawyer like this take on this case? Well, according to him, it wasn't about money or influence. He actually told the press that, and I'm quoting here, he was saddened by the case as a father, and he just wanted, quote, to ensure that the children received proper legal representation. Interesting.
And here it is. This is the crucial fact that directly challenges that whole VVIP narrative. The case is being handled pro bono. Yep, that means for free. He and his colleagues are not being paid by some wealthy, powerful family.
Okay, so with that in mind, it's time for Section 3, debunking the VVIP rumor. We're going to look at the myth versus the reality. This is where that whole social media narrative really starts to, well, unravel.
Okay, let's just lay it out, side by side. The rumor, the accused are children of powerful VVIPs. The reality, according to Ram Singh, they are not. The rumor, their influence is buying legal protection and secrecy. The reality, the legal team is working pro bono, for free. And the big one, the rumor, a gag order was issued to protect the powerful. The reality, turns out that gag order is standard procedure under the law.
So are you getting a bit more clarity now? Is this starting to paint a clearer picture? Hey, if you're finding this explainer helpful, just take a quick second to hit that like button and maybe even subscribe. It honestly helps us so much to keep making explainers like this.
All right, Section 4, the law protecting minors. And this is all about understanding the Child Act 2001. Because you might be thinking, okay, if it's not VIVIV influence, then why all the secrecy? The answer, it turns out, isn't in some grand conspiracy, but in a specific piece of legislation, the Child Act of 2001. So what is the Child Act of 2001? Well, it's a Malaysian law designed to consolidate all the rules about the care, protection, and rehabilitation of children. And here's the key part. It requires that the identities of any children involved in criminal proceedings be kept private. It's not optional, it's a mandatory legal protection for everyone involved.
And look, this isn't just the defense lawyer saying this. This is the really crucial part. This quote is from Hamed Ismail, who is the lawyer for Zara's family, the victim's family. He said, "The ban is not due to influence from powerful people, but because Malaysian law protects children involved in criminal proceedings." So, you have both sides agreeing here. It's the law, not influence.
And you know, the thinking behind this law is so important. The whole goal is to prevent a media circus, to prevent undue harassment, basically to prevent lifelong damage to a minor. The focus of the juvenile justice system is supposed to be on rehabilitation, not just public shaming and punishment. So let's get to our final section, justice over spectacle. The big takeaway for all of us. Because where does all this leave us? You know, for everyone watching this unfold from the sidelines, what does this actually mean?
I think this quote from Datuk Ram Singh really just sums everything up. He said, "The public must trust the legal process. Justice should be based on evidence and court arguments rather than sensationalized narratives." And that's really the core of it, isn't it? Justice can't be decided by online outrage. It has to be decided in a courtroom, based on evidence, not social media stories.
So what's our responsibility in all of this? Well, it's pretty clear. First, we have to pause, just pause before we share unverified claims. Second, prioritize facts over that instant online outrage. Third, respect the principle of due process, that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. And finally, just allow the justice system to work. You know, in cases just like this, the line between public interest and public interference can get incredibly thin. So if this explainer helped you see that bigger picture, please click that like button and subscribe for more deep dives that help cut through the noise. And that leaves us with one last, really critical question to think about. In this age of instant outrage, right? In a world of hashtags and snap judgments, where our collective anger can feel like a verdict, how do we ensure that real justice actually gets its day in court? It's something to think about.